I had a really, really bad snowmobile accident and didn't think I was going to live. I didn't think I was going to live through it.
You were up in Vermont with your son.
Up in Vermont with my son, we went kind of off the trail, went down about a mile, and slammed into a tree.
He confused the buttons or something. I mean, not that there's culpability in this, but
Let's not get into that. But
Yeah.
anyway, we went off the edge of a small cliff. Small cliff. Not
I think a cliff is a cliff.
Yes.
Certainly when you're flying off of it in a projectile.
And I don't remember it. We both passed out, and we're kind of lying in the snow, passed out. And I'm going to say something no one's ever said in your show in a minute. And we woke up, and we're both, I had a lot of broken bones. As did
Are you wearing a helmet?
Oh, yeah. Helmet cracked.
Yeah.
We both smacked our heads in a lot of pain. And it's 4:30 in the afternoon in Vermont, middle of February, freezing cold day. And I never bring my phone snowmobiling because there's just no signal in the whole darn state, never mind on the snowmobile trails. And so it was about 45 minutes of sitting there in the cold that I was like, well, maybe I do have my phone. And I reached in, pulled my phone out, and I had just enough signal. No one knew where we were. I had just enough signal to go 911. I never called 911. 911, by the way, that's the killer app. That thing works. And the lady called the 2 local fire stations. They're both volunteer. Fire station people called the volunteers at their home. They took their snowmobiles. It took them about an hour to find us. Pitch black by the time they found us.
Are you guys talking?
Yeah, but I was in and out of consciousness, just in a lot of pain.
Because you were concussed.
In a lot of pain.
And he broke his femur.
He broke his femur.
Which I've done.
His kneecap, and hit his head pretty bad.
And he was 17?
Yes, 16 or 7. You guess he was 17 at the time.
And what were your injuries? Concussion, obviously.
I broke 13 different bones. I got metal. I have 3 plates and 30-something screws in me. I'm a walking metal factory.
Do you get when you go through the airport? Are they?
No, they're non-ferrous.
Oh, wow.
Slip right through them. And then they sort of drag you, like if you get a ski accident, and like they wrap you in a toboggan, drag you up, and then helicoptered us to Dartmouth University Hospital. And I love Dartmouth University Hospital. They saved our lives. It's a trauma center. I had 5 surgeries in there for a long, long time.
So you're sitting there and you're drifting in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
You think you're not going to make it.
I was pretty sure we weren't. I was like, we were going to freeze to death. I didn't think like a coyote was going to eat us. I thought we would just die of exposure. And then I remembered I had a phone. And the thing that I'm going to say that I'm sure no one's ever said on your podcast is AT&T saved my life.
Because of the cell service.
I had cell service, and it's rare to have cell service in Vermont. I just had enough cell service. It saved my life. Now that would be different because the phones and the iWatches have that collision signaling that will happen. But back then, it didn't have that. So that was a dark moment. I was like, sure. I don't know how we're going to get through the night. We were too badly injured to move. But yeah, very, very thankful I made it through.
And the volunteer firefighter that came and got you recognized, or he was the guy that like clears your driveway or something?
It's a small world, but the first person who found us, so they sort of spread out to find us, he's asking me questions, and he's like, Brian, is this Brian? Are you Brian Halligan? I'm like, yeah. I'm Joe. I'm your driveway guy. I'm like, Joe, thank you.
Better that than like, I went to Inbound 2014, right?
Totally, yeah.
Brian
Totally.
Halligan. That's wow. So you're sitting there. What's going through your head?
What's going through my head is life short. It could be very short here, and then if I get out of this alive, I don't want to just keep on the path I was going. I want to zig off that path and live a different life and make some big decisions in my life.